So freedom came. Freedom came very quickly. So here I am up on this mountain. I climb when I feel like it. I go down and sleep when I feel like it. I work when I feel like it. And I have the life I want. When did freedom become important to me? It's always been important to me. It's what's important to everybody, of course. And in my early working life, I didn't have much. Working too hard, the family thing, no money, that's not freedom. Freedom is having lots of time and lots of money. I'm a mechanical guy. That's my breakdown. And so as I approached 50 years of age, I had an insight as to where freedom could come from, and I realized it was a mechanical solution. It wasn't something I could find out there. It was seeing the world a layer deeper, and that is that the world is a collection of separate systems. My life is a collection of separate systems. Everything in life is a system. And so your life is a collection of systems. And what I realized was that I could, by seeing my business that way, which I was about to lose after 15 years, if I took it apart piece by piece, and when I had this midnight epiphany, I did take it apart. I could see it in the pieces that it was. I took it apart, I saw the pieces, and I fixed the pieces one by one. I documented the systems as they should execute. I got everybody else to do that, and I worked on the systems to get the results I wanted. And what I had been doing up to 50 years of age, I was shuffling around the bad results of unseen and therefore unmanaged systems. And I'll go back to Bend and I'll do what I want up there too. Freedom is attainable, but you have to see life in a different way. It's not out there, it's in your head. It's a tweak in your head. And once you get that tweak, what I call the systems mindset, freedom will come naturally because you will approach life in a very much more controlling way. You will be able to control your life to get what you want.
The way Sam and I met is actually kind of funny because I was trying to start my own business. It's an elder care business, like a visiting angels kind of concept.
I shot it down. That's going to kill you, man. Don't do that. And we talked. I felt bad about that, but we had lunch again a month or two later and got to talking to him, 31 years old, bright and shiny, good kid. His wife is an ex-international downhill ski racer, which resonated with me. That's awesome.
He ironically had another business opportunity for me, which was to work with the medical clinic in LA. So they had a couple locations. They had 150 employees, and he said, "How about we work this job instead of that one that was kind of a nightmare?" He thought it'd be like herding cats. So I opted to work with him. Best decision I ever made, and we had really great success with that first client, and then we knew we should just keep doing it.
He's got an MBA. I want this guy working for me, and I hired him. We tried it on for size, and it fit. It's been a good fit.
Work the System really caters towards companies that are ready to make a change. Business owners that have been doing the same thing year over year, either reached a plateau or they're not growing as fast as they used to. They're just running out of steam. They can't work any more hours than they are right now, but they know that they can grow the company if they just had some more tools.
A lot of businesses have it figured out. Apple Computer, grocery stores, banks, they wouldn't exist if they didn't have processes and manage them. And very quickly here, the difference between a large successful organization and a small struggling one is a very simple thing. The large successful organization has working procedures, SOPs, documentation, written processes. The small struggling business very, very seldom does. 99.9% of small businesses that are struggling do not have documentation. That's a fact.
And that really ranges from the solopreneur who's just starting a company all the way to international companies that have 10, 20, 50 locations, because all these owners really understand that if they had some more systems, they could build, they could grow, and that's who we love working with, and that's who the methodology is for.
Well, it started as a manual for my staff at Centratel, my little call center, and I got about 40 people there, and it started out as a manual of my philosophy. I had a handbook that I had started to create, and it was created, it wasn't complete, but as part of the handbook I wanted to write a part of it about my philosophy, what I felt, how I felt a business should be run. And I started to get into it. It didn't take me long that I realized this was going to be massive. It turned out to be, I don't know, it's 75,000 words. The book's 75,000 words. But it didn't take me long to figure out I need to write a book, that this book could apply to just about anybody. And that's what's happened. So maybe a month into it, I turned my enhanced handbook into a book, and that's where it came from. Third edition now. The first edition came out in the spring of 2008. The golden nugget for my Maverick members. Look around and see your life as a collection of separate systems. It is. Look at your body. Yeah, the stomach, the liver, the kidneys, the brain, the circulatory system, a collection of systems.
So you isolate these systems and you actually document them and build them. You really can work yourself out of a job. So Sam's mantra of automate, delegate, discard really is the way he lives his life, and for entrepreneurs to realize that and make that a reality, it's a beautiful thing.
Your car is the same way. The radio, the brakes, the door you get in, the throttle, the steering wheel. Life is a collection of systems, and when you really see that in your guts, you can walk down the street and see that. Oh, there's the car over there, that's separate from the fire hydrant over there, which is separate from that pedestrian over there. When you really see that in your guts, you're on your way. It's a mind tweak that will lead to freedom, because what you'll realize is you can isolate those systems and fix them one at a time. You can make them perfect. And then in your business, what you're going to do is you're going to document those perfect systems so they execute perfectly 100% of the time. Believe me, if your internal processes are perfect and are working together, as they will be, you will have a perfect business. And my business is perfect. Look at my life. I thank God for the life I lead. I'm passionate about this climbing stuff. I'm passionate about relationships. I'm really passionate about fixing things. I'm a kind of a conservative guy, okay? And what people don't get about CEOs, particularly conservative ones, is that we just like to fix stuff. We like to see things better. We like to make things better. We like to make our families better. We like to be healthy. We like to see our businesses grow, and we like to deliver value. I'm passionate about delivering value, and as a byproduct, I'll take the freedom, I'll take the money. I'll take it.
So for me, what I'm really passionate about is helping people. I thought that I would initially be a doctor when I grew up, but I'm a business consultant. So how do I help people? I help them with their businesses. And after traveling around and seeing companies where the fallout from the business affected the family, so they would either go through divorce or bankruptcy, broken families, there was just conflict in these families when they were struggling. And that's what really got me excited about solving problems, fixing these businesses, and helping them out. So that's how my passion for helping people really gets infused with work this system. I mean, literally, we get clients on the phone, and it might be a half hour or an hour session, but I stick with them another half hour after that, because I'm just really passionate about fixing these companies. It's fun for me.
Okay, where do I want to be in 5 years? Right here. Right here. I want to have expanded with Josh and Andy, my COO at Centratel, all of our services, and reach more people. We want to expand the quality of our products, and we want them to go out farther and farther and farther.
Right now we have this cult following, people who just love the idea of the systems mindset. They love the idea of working less and making more and having this freedom and isolating systems and documenting them. So we have this following, so now it's just leveraging this.
I love to travel internationally. I want to do more of that. And I just, it's funny, I kind of just want to keep doing what I'm doing, because every day is a new day and every day gets better. And I'm not a Pollyanna. It's just the way it is. Freedom is a good thing, and control is a good thing, having control of your life.
So we have opportunities to do this for events, speaking events, and consulting and coaching, remote executive coaching, group coaching. We have another book coming out, new products coming out, software's coming out right now. So all these different ways we're taking this methodology and this these tools to help companies, and then we're just growing to all these different avenues.
What is the thing that can make the biggest difference from a systems mindset standpoint? Well, one is communications. I'm really heavily into fixing communications. We just finished with a multinational, and we doubled their efficiency, and I mean that literally, for leadership and for staff and management, by simply fixing their communications processes. And this has to do with group messaging and tools, nothing esoteric or super sophisticated, but we have a different way of looking at communications. One of the great things is it eliminates meetings. No more meetings.
Personally, for me, it's coming up with a system with your wife or a significant other, like a date night with your kids, the way they clean their room, things like that. For my 3 boys, it's how they do the dishes, things like that. Those are systems that are going to have an impact in your life forever. So get those down right. But for your business, it's the strategic objective. That's the cornerstone document. That's the foundation. That's Sam's $1 million document. So I would say start with that.
Once you get the strategic objective down, it's a single-page description of who you are, where you're headed, how you're going to get there, all on one page. Once you have that, that will lead into your general operating principles. It doesn't take long to create either of those 2 documents, maybe a day or 2 to get them started, and then you'll tweak them over the weeks and months ahead.
It takes a lot of thought, but then you're going to have a clear direction, you're going to have a clear plan, you're going to know exactly where you're going and where you're not going, and so will your team. So it's going to keep you really focused. And that's really the biggest challenge for entrepreneurs, is to keep that focus.
And that will lead you into your processes, your working procedures, what most people call SOPs. I like working procedures because it suggests action, because these working procedures are constantly being tweaked to better and better perfection. Working with Josh has been terrific. He's not just smart, he's patient. He's patient with me.
Working with Sam is actually a great fit. He brings an amazing amount of experience and just thorough knowledge of how to systemize companies, really good with communication, obviously working in the telecommunications industry for decades.
I get frustrated. I see so much dysfunction out there in business that doesn't have to be, and he calms me down. He is patient with our clients. He works carefully. He's always got a smile on his face, and he never gets depressed, and he never gets angry.
So I have that entire breadth of executive knowledge and the vision from him, because it truly is a visionary, and it just works great with what I like to do, which is the operations, which is actually getting in there with the companies and fixing them.
So the communications thing, the 3 documents, particularly starting with the strategic objective, change your life. But you have to get it first. You have to get the systems mindset. You have to see the separate processes.